How did we evolve into timidly obedient servants of wokeness?
Well, mate, I think that's the important thing about what you're doing, and hopefully other commentators will need to hold a mirror up and say to Australians, look at yourselves. You are not rugged individualists anymore. You are not self-reliant, bold, individuals who could look after yourself. You're crying for mumma. You want government to provide the solutions. You seem to think that government can provide the solutions. It's a complete nonsense. But perhaps would you like me to talk about some of the contrasts I saw between the UK and Australia that you're alluding to? Well, look, I'll just give you this for your sort of viewers. I mean, you mentioned masks. There was nobody wearing masks in London or the country unless they chose to. No compulsory wearing of masks. Politicians in the Commons, and as we know, they're crammed in, weren't wearing masks. And you come back to Australia, people are still wearing masks, and particularly look at our politicians continuing with the pantomime of social distancing and mask wearing in our parliaments. Pubs, what a sort of an eye-opener. I mean, I knew they do this, but there they are in pubs in the English summer, in the evening, spilling out onto the street. No way could you do that in Australia. Dogs, you can take the dog on the underground in London, on an intercity train. You can take a dog to the pub. You can take a dog to a lot of restaurants. They'll let you in, but not in Australia because, oh my God, that what a health risk. It really, there's helmets. I mean, in Australia now for 25 years, this is where the clipboard high vis brigade really got going. UK, no one's wearing helmets on bikes. No one while riding bikes. No one's wearing helmets while riding those scooters. Now, look, I accept the arguments that one should, but it's about, we're talking about compulsion and regulation. And look, we really have gone way, way down a road, and we're not a free country anymore. We're not into people making their own choice, making their own mistakes and accepting the consequences of their decisions.
Well, exactly. One side of this increasing wokeness is that the government makes decisions for us on our behalf on whether things are safe or not. But another aspect of this, Campbell, is that it's actually very divisive. I mean, going back to the pandemic, one of the most telling examples, in my opinion, during the entire saga was the case of Hayden Burbank and Mark Babbage, two Melbourne footy fans who snuck into Perth last September to watch their team, the Demons, play in their first grand final in 21 years. Now, both Burbank and Babbage were vaccinated and had tested negative for the virus. So they posed absolutely no risk to the West Australian public. But when they were caught, they had the book thrown at them and thrown in jail for 3 months, spending Christmas behind bars. What's worse, and this is my point, most West Australians cheered as they were dragged off to the cells. Now, Campbell, in a previous era, these two blokes would have been hailed as heroes for flipping the bird at self-appointed authoritarian narcs. Now they're public enemies. Campbell, will Australia ever return to the sort of happy country we once were?
Well, we're on a trajectory that we won't see that turned around. And again, I say it's time we put the mirror up in front of Australians and just pointed out where we've gone to. And the example you've given is absolutely right. Once upon a time, we'd have told the politicians to get nipped.